Hi everyone, it's Susan Gerbeck from Psychics Explained. I took me a little bit. I didn't realize that this comment was here, so I apologize that I did not see your follow-up comment. When you run a YouTube channel, it doesn't give you every um, comment that somebody's made, and if it falls way down into the feed, you don't notice it so much. So I apologize. This is a video from M Spy Ewack Itful, who is somebody on our channel who asked me if I would look into Gordon Smith. And as I said, this is a couple weeks old, so I apologize that I just didn't see your comment. I had asked, you had said you wanted me to review this video, well, review a video on Gordon Smith, and I said, well, give me a link. And you sent me a link to an interview, and I went and I said, no, I don't want to interview. He's just talking about himself. I want to see a reading. So I went in and I looked and looked and looked and I found one. This one says Gordon Smith Talking to the Dead, PSVC2. I don't know what that is. And this video has 54,000 views. It's 16 years old, so it is old. If there are more recent videos, I would love to have them. Lisa me something if you can. If you can't get a link to link on YouTube comments, send it to me by my email, which is my name, Susan Gerbeck at gmail or yahoo.com, or you can Facebook message me. I'm happy with that. But I really do want links to videos that you have questions about more than just look at so and so, because I really am curious too about these different mediums out there, but I'd like to see the best that they have or what you think is the best they have. And if you have any questions about them, that's more what I'm looking for. Oh, good, I have water because I always end up coughing when I get a scratchy throat when I'm talking for a long time. So I've got about an hour before I've got somewhere else to be. And I thought I'll take care of this video. It's 6.5 minutes long. I have watched the first 10, 30 seconds of it to see what it is. It does look like it's a gallery reading. He's in San Francisco and he is going to do a group reading. So keep in mind, it's a law of large numbers. I guess this guy's claim to fame is he's the most, oh, interesting, the comments are turned off. It's always an interesting sign when the comments are turned off, right? It's a documentary, it says. And there's a transcript. Ooh, let's see what the transcript. Oh, yeah, yeah, there is a transcript. Okay, great. So if we have trouble understanding some of the words, well, maybe we can turn to that. So Gordon Smith, let me look this up here real quick because I had this up. Gordonsmith is a Scotsman. And oh, he has a Wikipedia page. Nope. Oh, Susan, burn. I fell for that. No, this is Gordon Harold Smith, who is an American politician, businessman, and academic. Okay, see, Wikipedia is going to be almost always the first link that comes up. So poor Gordon Smith medium. His fame is so he's so not famous that this guy, this Wikipedia page for this other guy who's a politician from Oregon, and hasn't been in office since 2009. He outranks Gordon Smith, the medium. All right, let's see, what does it say? I'm on Gordon Smith's YouTube channel, and he's saying about himself. Let's pull this over here so you guys can look at it. A little old school. The guy's probably 70 something years old. I really didn't like that much. I'm more interested in the readings than I am um, than the history of the person. So I think I did this yesterday when I was making a video. I can make this larger so you can see me, but I look like I'm on my screen. I'm looking off camera, but when it was recorded, I'm actually looking at the image that I'm giving you. All right, what does it say here? It says online events, introduction to mediumship, all about Gordon. Oh, he's part of the Helping Parents Heal organization. Gee, Jiminy Christmas. I did see a video, I think, with him. Did I? And it was an interview. I'll have to look and see. Well, let's see what we find with this 6-minute video we have. Okay, all I found on him when I was doing a search was that he's explaining mediumship. He's explaining what happens after you die. He's explaining, and that again, I could sit and explain too, but you could just be making up stuff. Pets in the Afterlife meditations, all about Gordon. I think he's been tested by somebody in, I guess, Scotland, and he thinks that's his, ooh, looking back videos. He thinks that's good enough, I guess. Ah, I think I know who this is. I do know who this is. I do know who this is. I have a video of him. I have a reading. Oh my gosh, this is the barber guy, right? I have um a man who is in Scotland, went to go see a bunch of psychics, like 4 of them, about 2017 or so. And I had him write it up, write up all everything that happened and with the audio, and we put it in Skeptical Inquirer. This is the guy. I'm almost positive. Is this the gardener guy? Yeah, I'm almost positive. Ah, Gordon Smith. Okay. Um, and let's see if I pull it up. The article. Yep, it has been a while. It's been some time. Okay, so let me pull this over and let's remind ourselves. So this person, his name is Alistair McLaughlin. Is that how you say it? He went to go see a bunch of mediums in Scotland. So he went to Aberdeen and he saw Gordon Smith. Okay. And this is what he says about it. So he was talking about it and talking about it. Um, I think his conclusion was that he's cold reading, I think. Let's see. All right, this is the last of the 4 videos. A plastic bin filled with raffle tickets. Okay, let's see. Uh, oh, this is great. Okay, I'll put the link to this in here and you guys can check it out. Yeah, it says here Gordon Smith is a psychic medium who used to be a hairdresser, so he's known as the psychic barber. He achieved celebrity in 2005 after replacing the psychic fraud Derek Akoa. I vaguely remember that on the popular TV program Most Haunted. He's also a regular guest on UK chat shows and comments in tabloid newspapers. All right. And predictably, he asks the audience not to simply sit and nod their head, but instead answer in a loud, clear voice. Then he jumps straight into his show, first telling the audience that all day he has been hearing an old man singing the Everly Brothers and is repeating in the room tonight. Nobody takes a bait and volunteers recognition, contributing to a clumsy kickoff. Luckily, the old receptionist steps in to smooth over the initial bumpy proceedings, claiming that her long dead husband used to sing this tune. Smith then describes seeing this man with a lot of children and grandchildren around him and tells the old receptionist that her husband is always looking over her. Then he concentrates on people at the front, probably because, like the layout of the school classroom, they're the keenest to participate and please their tutor. Ooh, good analogy. He uses a standard method of mediumship to the audience, peering into the spirit world, accepting message. Okay, I won't read this to you all because you guys can look at this yourself. So that's who this guy is. Oh, there's some more here. So maybe this is where we might find something. Anyway, let's look at this video. As I said, it's 6 minutes long. I may or may not interrupt myself to go and make some kind of commentary because I can. It is, as I said, it's closed down. You can't comment, which is always suspicious. And it has 283 likes, almost 55,000 views. And he comes in wearing a kilt, and there's something about a man dressed up as a Scotsman in a kilt. It always looks great. Okay, but I'll show that part because I want to. It shows the whole room. And as I said, I don't know what to expect. Maybe this will be really good, but apparently it's supposed to be a documentary. Hi.
And now let's give a big warm San Francisco welcome to Gordon Smith.
Well, hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And it really is my pleasure to come and serve the spirit world here in San Francisco. I do hope today that I can be accurate and get some evidence for you from your loved ones. Stop to your right. Okay. Second lady in, may I speak to you?
Sure.
Okay. I have a lady in the spirit world, okay? It's a mother lady in the spirit world, okay? And she's talking to me about, all right, the 17th as being important.
Oh, yes, my mother's birthday is on the 17th. My
Okay.
wedding anniversary is on the 17th, and my sister passed away on the 17th.
Okay. That's fine. All right. My dear, I'm just seeing the name of Steph being written up above your head. Would you understand who Steph would be? S-T-E-P-H.
Stephanie, my niece here.
Oh, well, that'll do me fine. Okay. And somebody must have a rosary that belonged to the lady or that was passed down in the family. Can you understand that?
We both do.
Oh, that's fine, because she knows about that, and she just wants to let you know that she's been around you. I've got to say thank you for the flowers, because somebody gave her flowers in her memory today or yesterday.
Her son gave her flowers yesterday.
There you go. Well, and she just wants you to know that because you're still very doubtful of this whole thing. You are?
A little.
Oh, okay. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay. Bless you, darling. Right. I've also got to say happy birthday in the month of May. Okay?
Stephanie?
Is that yours? Oh, God bless. That's lovely. It's wonderful when the spirit world can come through this close. Tell her I know about the house, but there's a lot of work getting done in one of the houses. Okay?
They're working on my kitchen.
Well, that's it. She knows about that. And that's just her way of saying, I'm still alive, I'm still around, and I can still see what's happening here and now. And there's the name of Judy or Julie I've got to shout.
Julie, her daughter.
The name of John has been written up here as well.
She has a son-in-law, John.
That's fine. Why is that, my darling? All right. We're very, very close to the anniversary time, okay? And this is why she's come. Because so many thoughts were going out to her. All right. Take her love, and I'll say God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, so what do you guys think of that? Comments below. You guys know the drill. All right. So we're looking at a video that is supposed to be part of a documentary. He's dealing with the law of large numbers. He got spot on hits, named everybody who was sitting there. How likely is that it is speaking to the dead? We never heard the name of the mother, right? Nothing of the sort. But what was interesting is he says, now let's go back. I have this, I really want to show this part again before I say anything. Let me find it.
Be accurate and get some evidence for you from your loved ones. Stop to your right. Okay. Second lady in. May I speak to you?
Sure.
Okay. I have a lady in the spirit world, okay? It's a mother lady in the spirit world, okay? And she's talking.
I want to know how she got the microphone so fast. That's what I want to know. He's like, you, I want to talk to you. And she's like, okay. You could hear her voice very clearly. Sure. And next thing you know, she has a microphone. So I suspect, and I'm just suspecting here, that they knew they were going to go to this person and somebody was standing there with the microphone ready to hand it to her. Because I'm not saying she's a plant. I'm saying that they knew they were going to go there. So the person who's like wandering the audience with the microphone of who to give it to happened to be standing right next to her in the far back, second person in, and was able to just hand her the microphone really quick. Because the sure, when she said sure, that sounded pretty loud, like she had the microphone, which is maybe she just had a good projection. So I would assume that what is going on in this case is hot reading. Probably not from social media. This is 14 years ago. But from some other way, some other kind of plant. Why is she there with her son, with all these family members, all of those people there? He just happened to give flowers to his mother the day before. Something was overheard in some way, and possibly it would be somebody just blending in with the audience. He knows he's got to start off with a big hit, and so he has a way of gathering information. And everybody who believes is going to say, Susan, come on now. It's more likely that it's the person communicating with the dead. And I would say, all right, now come on. Person communicating with the dead. No evidence for that other than these kinds of videos out there. No evidence for it. Nobody who's ever been found or cold case solved by a psychic medium. There's no way in our brains that we could figure out how our brains would be doing this, or to a dead body somewhere, or that even a spirit exists. All of that unproven. It's just fable, stories people tell, and things we want to believe. That's the evidence for it down here. How likely is it that he was able to gather information by overhearing conversations, or knowing these people, or somebody else knowing these people and setting them up? Okay? So I'm only doing this on the screen because it would be more like way down here and way up here. But the Occam's razor says it's much more likely that these people, the information was gathered from them somehow than it was that he's communicating with the dead. I mean, let's be real, okay? So, there's many ways, and I don't even know how well I could speculate, except saying that just hanging around and having somebody talking to them, having a conversation before the event in line or wherever, and somebody who seems unsuspecting having a conversation with them, maybe an hour before the show, who knows, overhearing their conversation that was at a table. And I or maybe they filled out some kind of questionnaire or something beforehand, because that was something that was done in a lot at points. So I don't think it's looking up on social media, but it's another form of hot reading. That's what I think. Keep in mind, like he says, you're something about somebody sending her flowers recently. And she says, that was him. This is her son. He sent flowers to her yesterday. And sent flowers to a dead person, I guess to the grave. Okay. Anyway, if I think people bring flowers to graves, don't they? They don't send flowers to graves. I guess you could. You'd send flowers to a funeral, but would you send flowers to a grave? I've never heard of anybody doing that, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So it wasn't like Gordon had to find that information specifically. It just comes out in conversation that that was something that happened. We're really missing my mom. She's, she died a year ago, 5 years ago, whatever. Oh, you're missing your mom. I'm missing my mom too. Wait, you know what? My mom died whatever that same year is. Your mom died. When did she die? Oh, it was in, what did he say? Did we say? On the 17th. It was in July. July? My mom died in July also that same year. What day? Oh, it was the 17th. Oh, yeah, the 17th. Okay, no, my mom didn't die on the 17th, but I do have a niece that's born on the 17th. Oh, really? You too? Me too. I have it, and those conversations just start innocently, and you're having a conversation with somebody, and they're just dragging the information out of you by lying and relating to you, and then that's how it goes. Oh, your daughter's here with you. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, my daughter's here, was here earlier today, and I can't, or she was going to be here but she was sick, and she's just, she's really into this. How about you? Oh no, I'm kind of skeptical about it. Oh well, what's your daughter's name? Oh, she kind of reminds me of my cousin. Oh yeah, well she's, and they just have a conversation. That's what women do. Have you met women? Especially when you're trying to get information out of somebody. Okay, so let's go back and see what's going on with the rest of this. It's got to be another person by now.
Love, and I'll say God bless you. Thank you. Now, all right. Again, I get a lovely sense of a lady here who's trying to keep a family very much together just now, my dear. Would that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I've got to say Marie or Maria.
Oh, my mother's name is Maria.
Okay, that's fine. She's just whispering it in my ear.
Yes.
Okay. Marguerite or Margarita?
What's her name? Margarita.
Okay. Margarita, can I just very quickly say to you that they're talking about a whole new career or a whole change of what you've been doing, dear.
Really?
Yeah. And there's a baby in the spirit world as well, and it goes back a generation, but the little baby's with the grandmother, and she's saying, I have the child here as well. Okay? Christina.
I lost a baby.
Okay. Okay. Well, they have the child with them, okay? Bless you. All right. I think people are looking for hope. Getting evidence that there is a life after death alleviates a heck of a lot of that fear. And you're no longer left with a belief, you're actually left with a knowledge and understanding. Michelle.
That's me.
Oh, well done. I love it. Michelle.
That was very interesting what he said. People are they're looking for some evidence of life after death. They're looking for, what did he say, hope? You get enough grieving people together. Proof of life after death. So this is, I forgot to mention it. They're being filmed. So the woman, you notice that there's a camera right there on these people. And so the because they're doing a documentary, I would think that they'd want to have very reliable hits. So there's at least a sound person or somebody helping out with a microphone and somebody with a camera right in people's faces and so on. So there may be other people working to make sure we get the best hits possible. And gathering the most hits possible and the best hits possible means doing pre-show, which is really what I was just describing, or hot reading. And when you're hot reading, when you're doing some kind of pre-show where you're doing some kind of recognizance and trying to get the information about people ahead of time, then you can throw out all the other stuff that we say, like, nobody goes with Mary or Marie, because that's always going to be a big hit. Because once you have somebody doing that kind of pre-show, which I used to do for Mark Edward all the time when we were touring together, and whenever he was at the Magic Castle or he was doing a show somewhere, we were always doing I was always doing that sort of pre-show. So what could be happening behind the scenes is exactly the kinds of things I used to do. And then Mark would go on stage and he would do his thing. He wasn't claiming to speak to the dead. We would just say things that were personal, that we gleaned about the person from their social media, or from just overhearing conversations, or from me or one of my friends who might have been with me having a conversation with somebody. So it was, Mark didn't do speaking to the dead, at least not during the time when I was with him, unless it was seance. And usually then it was just he'd make up somebody. And then afterwards, I would usually do a thing and I would talk about how, what's actually going on. In other words, I'd reveal that Mark was hot reading and pre-showing people. So I think that's what's going on. Here's this next person that's name is Marie. What is it? Michelle? Same kind of thing. So they're getting some kind of information from people ahead of time. And because it's being filmed, they really want to have some hot spot on stuff. You notice his little invert where the sound came in. Let's see. This is very telling what he says here.
Okay. Okay. Well, they have the child with them, okay?
Hear the sound?
Bless you. All right. I think people are looking for hope. Getting evidence that there is a life after death alleviates a heck of a lot of that fear. And you're no longer left with a belief, you're actually left with a knowledge and understanding. Michelle.
That's me.
Oh, well done. I love it. Michelle. I love when they do that. Michael. Somebody's just shouted Michael. Who's Michael? People like me, mediums, can only give people a glimpse of that life to come. George. Somebody's just shouted George to you.
Grandfather's name.
Okay, George. Skeptics are going to be skeptics anyway, and it's not my job to convince the skeptics. Do you understand who Kathy is?
It's my daughter.
Well, she's just holding the hand of Kathy. Okay? Just
Kathy
tell her.
was my mother's caregiver.
Okay. Someone's planning to get married.
Yeah, I think my boyfriend's about to propose.
Is he here? There are no secrets. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I really didn't have an understanding of this. It's not a belief, it's a knowledge that life goes on and on. I just know what happens. Yeah, I absolutely know it.
What sign will take place in the lobby?
Wag in the lobby.
Flabbergasted. Because everything, every number, every color, every date was right on the nose.
Look at your Sharpie. It disappeared. I'll be right back.
But until this actually happens to you, you always kind of wonder. But when it happens to you, there's not a doubt in your mind. It's just absolutely valid. It's true. It's undeniable.
U-L-I-L-I, fully.
Sorry, my mind is not working.
It's okay.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Now that's mediumship.
That's the kind of mediumship I would love
Evidential.
to have. Oh, now that's mediumship. So exquisite, isn't it? So loving, too.
Okay, so that is that.
Matt joins us today.
Oh, I don't
and
want to see Matt Fraser. Good gracious. So So this was a documentary. That's because I didn't watch this before we started saying it. This is a part of a documentary that's filmed. I don't know if anything happened with it. Did it ever go anywhere? Let's see the name, if they say the name of it again. Stop, stop, stop. PSVC2. PSVC2. No idea. And it's part 4 of it, so I guess it was a documentary. Gordon Smith talking to the dead. I wonder if it's was made. So it's not up to he says it's not my job to convince a skeptic. Hmm. Even though even though if he could convince the world that he is really psychic, he would be the one to reveal to the world this powerful, it would be powerful to be able to communicate with the dead, to have that kind of ability. Think about the lives he can enrich. Think about all the hope and he could give to people all over the world. Think about all the incidences he could warn us of. Because if the dead are following us around and giving us watching over our lives, which he says they are, then shouldn't they be able to give us information about things that we can't see? Like remote viewing, and they could warn us. Maybe somebody could have warned us of COVID. No? Why not? I don't know. All right, let's see. PSVC2 is a psychic and spiritual video channel that was set up in 2009. The channel aims to provide interesting videos for people interested in the supernatural, spirituality, and life after death. This channel does not endorse anyone or promote any commercial services. Use your own judgment about whether you believe or do not believe in the subjects covered. It has almost 7,000 subscribers. It has over 5 million views, and it's been around since 2009. So, it's at Sally Morgan. Wow. All kinds of stuff. David Icke. Jane Goldman investigates past life aggressions. Wow, this is really good. So this is a channel that is set up for people to watch videos about the paranormal. Really, they're just taking content from other places and putting it on their channel, and it's probably monetized, and they're making money off of it. That's kind of low, isn't it? Oh, we're just here to just collect all these things for you guys to look at. No commentary or anything like that. Just come and watch our videos, because that way we receive monetization and money for it. There's a video here that has 172,000 views from 16 years ago. 172,000 views is like, let's see, if it's monetized. Now this is a guess. This is just a guesstimate that I use as an indicator. So if you've got 172,000 views times 2 cents a video, a view, that's $3,440 somebody's made off of that video that isn't even in their content. So even if it was 1 cent per view, that's $1,500 somebody's made off of putting a YouTube channel together and sharing somebody else's content with no commentary. I mean, that's not free use. Lisa Williams, she's got 163,000 views. Here's a Sally Morgan live with 63,000 views, 163,000 views. So each one of these is making, what did I say, $3,000? $3,500 per video that they put up on their channel. So, think about this. Think about that. So here is oops, I just wanted some more Scottish music. So I'm going to put this article out of the Alistair McLaughlin went to these shows in 2019, by the way. So he went to Scotland, a bunch of different shows in Scotland, and none of them predicted COVID. None of them. He went to see a whole bunch. He saw Karen Doherty, David Francis, Andrew Lindsay, and Lisa Williams in Edinburgh. So, um, what looks like it was happening in the article that I put up with the McLaughlin's article, it was cold reading and maybe knowing some of the people who attended, or, again, might have gotten some feedback from people. According to the article, he throws out something and somebody has pity on him, and the audience says, that could be my husband. Like nobody else is coming through. So he's like, oh, thank you for throwing me a bone here and helping me out. It's right at the beginning. So just from what I've seen, and if you guys got something more current, I'd be happy to do that. But again, I want to see the readings. I don't want to see commentary or anything like that, because anybody could say anything. I want to see readings. So I think that it's probably a little bit of hot reading. Well, I should call it pre-show, because pre-show is more somebody's overheard or they've written something down. I mean, that is hot reading, but it's a different kind of hot reading. And this awful, the woman with Mary Margarita, he says, there's a baby over there with grandmother. That's really cruel, playing that to a woman, because most awful lot of miscarriages happen to people and they don't know why, or they don't even know they were pregnant. And so to have say that there's a baby over there with them, this is a very Catholic world, Scotland there, I guess. And well, no, I shouldn't say that. But this man, Gordon Smith, seems like he's playing that angle quite a bit. And the one I saw yesterday, oh my gosh, what was his name? He's George Anderson, very Catholic. And so this idea that the baby is alive over there with the grandparent and taking care of it, it's so general, right? It's so broad. There's a baby over there with grandma. Okay, so that could be grandma's baby. It was stillborn or died very young, or it was a miscarriage or something else. And then the woman says, oh, it was my baby. I had a baby who had died. I lost a baby. And that's true of a good chunk of people, a good chunk of women. And if we're talking about your mom or your grandmother, or it could be your aunts or your, mother-in-laws, or it's just like a Barnum statement you throw out that seems like it's very specific, but it's not. Again, he didn't have, um, he wasn't specific. He just said, I'm seeing a baby over there with grandma. And then she made the connection. All right, very interesting. It's not my job to convince the skeptic, but yet this guy, he's achieved the fame that he has. But by the time in 2019, when McLaughlin goes to watch one of his shows in Aberdeen, he's like doing the equivalent of a 50 people in a room, a bunch of women who are my age and older, who are just sitting in this like a spiritualist church, and they do like a lottery ticket kind of thing where you can win a prize at the end, and maybe it's a book or some biscuits or something like that. It's not the world of like a TV star or anything of that sort. Like I said, I don't think this documentary ever went anywhere. I'll have to check it out and see if I can find it. But if he had proved this ability, well, there's all sorts of prizes out there where you can convince a community. Nowadays, it's $500,000 for the Center for Inquiry. But 16 years ago, I think they had the $1 million challenge, or I think it was $1 million challenge with James Randi. I think so. So think about what that good that $1 million could have done to his career, to his family, his livelihood, or he could have donated it to somebody or some organization, maybe even a spiritualist church to do more research or to help out people if he had proved it to people. But it's not worth it to him. But doing these shows where you're charging people to come in and then you're signing autographing books afterwards and other swag, so you're still making money off of it. So, I don't know if this guy's got his videos monetized or not. I have the premiere version of YouTube, so it's hard for me to tell if somebody's monetized or not. Gordon Smith. I write this on all these papers somewhere. Keep myself organized. Gordon Smith's channel. He's got 7,000 subscribers. He's on Instagram. He's mostly doing videos that are like, how do I know what is going on? Let me read just some of these titles. Well, I can just show you. Let me show you some of these titles that are on his channel. Sorry, I'm a little slower on this because I'm still not used to the new Zoom format. So he's got 7,000 subscribers, 68 videos. You can't die for the life of you. Okay. Facebook, Instagram. Let's try Facebook. He joined in 2018. He only has 6.56 thousand subscribers, and it's not very many. The views are very low for somebody who's a renowned author and broadcaster and has been held as UK's most accurate medium. Alrighty then. Yet his videos popular. His most popular video is How to Calm Your Mind. It has 10,000 views and it's from 5 years ago. And then here's a new Zoom course from Gordon Smith. First Look. He's got 9,000. Your questions answered. How to train your mind. So these are all like workshop-y kind of things. So like he's not doing the in-person videos anymore. I'd love to see something that was, well, 2019. I looked at these, and these are women talking about how they got a reading from Gordon and what it meant to them. So why don't you just show us your reading you got from him? Because they don't have the video of them getting a reading from him. It's what they remember. Oh, people won angel art 5 years ago, 1,000 views. Are there evil spirits? Do aliens exist? Oh, let's see.
Do I believe in aliens? Well, to say aliens, I believe there's life in the universe. I mean, the idea of aliens, I think, is something that as human beings, we picture little green men flying in flying saucers. My belief is that anything living in the universe that's more evolved than us will be much more spiritual than us. And spiritually aware, spiritually evolved, if they are advanced, more advanced than us, that they will already have experienced what we're experiencing in this life. And I would say that it would be more likely that there was other life in the universe than not. It's hard to imagine that this one little planet is the only thing that can sustain living organisms on it. I would imagine with all the different galaxies and so on and so forth, there's got to be more life than this. Whether we will ever connect with them, that's a different thing. But if we do, I would imagine it could be done telepathically, spiritually, more than physically at the moment. Be an interesting one to watch. If there's an advanced civilization out there, here's hoping they come and help us at some point, because this world could be doing with some evolved light beings coming to lift its vibration back up again.
Okay, that was 6 months ago. Why didn't you tell us? Do you see anything for us? Why didn't you help us out with all your spiritual gifts and all that? Anyway, not impressed. As I said, we've already taken a look at him. I didn't know I'd taken a look at him, but Alistair did. Comments below, you guys. Please like and share. You know I like these things. Take care, everyone.